Hi there, Cosmic Family. My name is Jehli Ali. In this incarnation, I am here today to talk about a transit that I didn't include in the video of the energies of the week. And actually, it is perfected the next week on March 26th. But because of the mathematical degrees, it is already active. I am talking about the square of Mars in Cancer and Chiron in Aries. It is given practically in the degree 22 of both signs if you have planets close. And well, everything with Mars, we feel it before, and it is still on track for by the moment of the eclipse. So this is reinforced by that event. This tension, we experienced this in the beginning of February, a final part of January, with Mars retrograde. So there we experimented already situations that are connected with this transit. And right now, of course, it is happening with Mars direct, and it is talking about situations that it's in some way could cause this inner conflict, and that could also, the conflict could be projected on the outside. In fact, it is very probable because of this transit and the Aries eclipse that anger can emerge as a signal of the things that we need to attend. And it is very important to learn to channel that emotion in a way that it is not harming us or others, and that we can avoid perhaps the projection, but not entering in this denial of the emotion because the body feels that later. So I think it is a process. Not every time we are the most assertive ones. But well, Chiron, I always remind you what this means. It is the wounds of the incarnation, the ones that the soul has chosen, but not because the soul has chosen those wounds. That means that they don't hurt. So the integration of those experiences offer us the possibility to be a bridge of healing for ourselves and for other people. What occurs with Chiron, it is that it is important to detach from seeking to free ourselves totally from that pain. It is, I heard this many times, like, I don't want to feel this anymore, I don't want to go through this feeling anymore. And with Chiron, it is more about learning to coexist with that wound. The word, it is not a wound, sorry, I have to look for it because it is in scar. Yeah, it is about to coexist with the scar, to understand also that even though it is part of who we are, especially people that have Chiron in Aries, because Aries is a sign totally associated with identity, what we are, our inner being, transcends the physical passage that we have in here, the limited passage. And with this, I am not talking about disassociating of what it hurts, but to practice observing that, so that cut that impacted us, and that it is very common that it is going to be reactivated along the experience, stop to be a conditioning for our own growth. So the invitation with this transit is to take the masculine energy, which is Mars, decision, initiative, action, but integrating also the mother. Even if you are men, this is about understanding what really nourishes us, the actions that represent protection, taking care of our energy, recognizing in which spaces we can be vulnerable and in which territories we are not able to do that, or it is not safe to do that. And this is going to apply, of course, in everything that we are feeling that is nourishing, that makes us create the sensation of home in ourselves, but also could be linked with the home that we are creating, the family, and the relationship with the mother, or the archetype that was represented by of the mother. I am talking about that there are men and fathers that can incarnate this energy in a very amazing way, and this has nothing to do with losing the masculinity. It is not about that. It is about an archetype. That's what I am referring. So the thing is that because it is a tension, there is something that is in conflict in here, and there is a challenge of transcendence. It could be that the wound is reactivated through the seeking that other people to cover, seeking other people to cover our emotional needs. And perhaps those people don't have the responsibility to do so, or perhaps they don't have the capacity to do so. And doing things or demanding, things in aggressive ways, in violent ways, uh, to someone that it is not able or doesn't want to give those things, it turns into manipulation, even if it is done unconsciously. So this tension could represent realizing how necessary it is to come back to ourselves and giving to ourselves the love and the nutrition that we are expecting from the outside. It is also about learning to communicate emotional needs in an assertive way, like not demanding, but communicating them. And in some cases, it is about understanding that there are relationships in the family and in other areas of your life that don't have what is required to sustain healthy dynamics or to take ourselves to growth through the conflicts, because there are no tools, because I don't know, there is no emotional intelligence cultivated yet, because of our own traumas. There could be a lot of reasons, thousands of reasons, and we can be combative with all of that, with the hours, with what belongs to us and what belongs to other people, but without falling in the justification of sustaining ourselves in spaces that, instead of helping to heal, are constantly reopening the wound, or they are causing harm to others. So I think I said this in a recent video. There is a big difference between facing pain because it is a necessary passage for growth, that keeping ourselves in dynamics where we are tolerating every kind of imbalance in the name of love, for example. And sometimes occurs that we didn't know other ways. We didn't know other ways, or other people didn't know other ways. But this is the moment precisely to identify which decisions are important for the inner well-being, for peace, and to know how to nourish other people that cannot be negotiated. So this includes taking responsibility for the things that we can offer and the things that we cannot, to others and to ourselves, and committing with what truly helps us to build that emotional well-being and physical one, letting go of wanting immediate results. And for that, it is the trine between Mars in Cancer and Saturn in Pisces that is already active too. Also, this implies letting go of the attachment to what is familiar. I mean, the fear of letting go of what we know, but it is limiting our capacity of resilience and developing the gift that possesses the wound. So because it is a square, there is this degree of courage that the situation it is requiring. Other expression could be linked, that is not about perhaps relationships, could be linked with feeling this great insecurity, this great fear in the face of having to initiate something alone. It is very common with Chiron in Aries at the time that we need to share who we are, what we are, or expressing our own desires. And it is also about facing that, not expecting that the insecurity, go away, but dealing with the discomfort and taking us, even though, even with the discomfort, to the direction that we know that contributes. So I just want to leave this message. Thank you, everyone. See you in the next video.